Welcome to NSFUSA podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Send, the fastest, reliable, and the best way to send money to Nigeria and to Africa. And if you have loved ones, family, friends back home, please use Send. Use the code NSFUSA 2024. And if you send more than $100, you get $30 free. This video is brought to you again by Send. Welcome to the show, Charles Iyamu. How are you doing a year later?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited. The time don't reach. Ball goes soon bounce. So I'm very excited about that.
As you all could see, Charles has his pen. We have gotten all the scouting reports that I always say. We have tabulated the scouting reports. And based on last year, we were 70-80% correct of our predictions. We're hoping this year we're going to go past that. But this year, as you all know, there's no easy group. There's no Mauritius or Mauritania in any group. It's
Even
all
Mauritius and
teams.
Mauritania don't sabi play ball now, so they don't try as well. So
Yeah.
that's not
So,
really a bad thing.
so we have a good one, Charlie. We conducted a draw. First of all, what were your thoughts about this draw, man, and how the draws went?
I thought the draws went as good as they can be. I know some teams will be happy, some teams will be stressed, and some teams will be indifferent. They don't go send. They just go out there and they go and play with whoever they are playing against. But I also know that some teams are strategizing right now based on those draws. So it was good. It was good. Everything worked out okay. Both on the open side and on the over 40 side is a toss up over there. That one is hard to predict, but the open is going to be very interesting to discuss this evening.
I can't wait to dive into the open. And as you guys know, we are neutral analysts. I am
Very
neutral.
neutral.
I am
Very
neutral.
neutral.
Charlie just passed. He just passed the university degree, and he's neutral right now. So I can
Very
confirm he's a neutral
okay.
pundit. So let's go to the group stage. First group. Look at this group, man. Group A. Look at
Hmm.
this group. Let's
Hmm.
let's go over the group. So now we have on this group we have falling stars, the two-time defending champions. We have Team Cleverly United, their first time of being here.
Chevrolet.
We have,
Chevrolet.
I'm sorry, Team Cleverly United, their first time of being here. We have Houston Green Eagles, and we have Africa United Miami. So let's start with Africa United Miami. What are your thoughts?
I'll just go out on a limb and say it right now. Africa United Miami, I don't expect them to get any points in this group. I expect Africa United Miami to get 0 points. That's my first prediction here. And I'm looking at their first game. They are playing Houston Green Eagles on Friday night at 7:20. They are not getting any point, and I don't think they're even going to score any goal in it on the first night. Maybe the game against Chevrolet, they might have a chance there, or maybe in their last game against so they are playing Calling Stars first game on Saturday. Now, by the time they get to their last game against Chevrolet, they're out of the tournament already. So, Africa United Miami, thank you very much for participating in this year's tournament. We really do appreciate you guys coming and being a part of the fanfare and the festivities. But you are going home on Saturday. Your tournament is going to be over by 11:30 on Saturday morning.
I'll tell them when I'm shaking their hands and tell them thank you for coming.
No, Saturday morning they would have had two losses by then. So by the last game against Chevrolet, now the people will not play the first two games. They'll see if they fit get playing time.
So 220, we should be telling them au revoir.
That 220 game is against Chevrolet. It's not going to mean anything to them. I'm sorry, African United. Don't take this as a disrespect, but this tournament not be beans. You are going to lose against Calling Stars, and you are going to lose against Houston Green Eagles. Take that to the bank and cash it.
Are you putting your house on that?
I'm, I'm putting my house, I'm putting my kids' home, I'm putting everything on that. Plus land for Nigeria, everything. I put everything on them.
Well,
Africa United,
Africa United, you had Chelsea. Yeah, well, let's go to the next team, Team Chevrolet United. What are your thoughts about this team?
you know, I've been making calls or since these get people registered for this tournament, I've been trying to find out who are they, what are they like in the NSL in Maryland area, and people are not forthcoming about this team. There's something about this team that people don't want to speak about. So I don't know 100% about them, but what I do know is that they are not one of the top teams in the NSL. They are not. They are not Bendel Insurance. They are not Storm FC. So they are not among the creme de la creme. And the creme de la creme of Maryland have patched themselves up with those other teams. So I also do not expect Chevrolet to get out of this group.
Wow. That is a big, big, big one. So you're expecting Chevrolet is not coming out of this group.
No,
They're
but
out.
they will grab some points. Maybe they will get either a draw or a loss or a win against Africa United. But and that's their last game too. So I also believe that they will be out of the tournament by the time they play that last game against Africa United.
Right. Team Chevrolet United, as Charlie said, the scouting reports are coming up and they're saying it seems this group looks like a two-horse race and it's one of the most predictable groups in this tournament. So let's move on to Houston Green Eagles. What is the magic ball saying from the scouts about Houston Green Eagles?
Houston Green Eagles, honestly, they have been disappointing the last year. Disappointing in their participation in major tournaments this past year. They didn't show up to Chicago last year, but they were in the final in no, they lost in the semifinal in 2022 in Austin, and also they lost in the final in Atlanta in 2021. So historically, whenever they show up to the tournament, they do well. But their actions this last year has diminished them a little bit in my eyes because they have lost some of that luster as being the top dogs in Texas. Some of their players have defected to other teams. I know that they are still trying their hardest to bring some of those guys together. But Houston Green Eagles is not coming with the same force as they usually do to tournaments, and that's very disappointing. So this is a message to all Houston Green Eagles management, technical team, staff, players, and everything. You guys have to do better because the way you are coming to this tournament, the way you skipped the last tournament and all the other little tournaments in there, it's going to be tough for you guys. But you will qualify from this group because you have a tournament pedigree.
Tournament pedigree indeed. Let's go to Colin Stars. Thoughts?
What can I say? Uh, you know, since NSFUSA became NSFUSA here the last past 10, 12 years, I don't think I've seen a back-to-back champion, and especially a back-to-back champion that won it the first two times they participated in the tournament. Now, granted, Colin Stars used to be part of Colin FC and they participated in 2018 tournaments in Houston, but they came as Colin Stars for the first time in Austin and they took it. And then they came back to Chicago and they took it again. So a team like that, you have to give them their respect. They are coming for a third try. I know that some of their players have gotten a little bit older and they may have lost some of their players in the Houston, Texas recruiting war going on.
Yeah.
But I also trust that the players that they have lost, they are going to replace them effectively. So I expect Colin Stars to mount a strong challenge and they are going to win this group. And the only reason
Wow.
they will win this group, I believe, is going to be goal difference. The game Houston against Colin Stars, the Texas Derby in Maryland, I think that's a 1-1 draw between both teams.
Wow. Well, you said it all. It's for me now to so let's put it this way. First, who's going first?
Colin Stars, based on
Second,
goals difference. Houston Green
second,
Eagles. Houston Green Eagles.
third,
Chevrolet.
and Africa United,
Thanks for
Miami will be
coming.
going. They should be getting ready for the beach in Miami, right?
The beach no dey Maryland. May they bring coats come. May they bring because people that live in hot weather. Once they go to 60 degrees, 70 degrees, they go begin to shake. So Miami wanna pack leather coats come, I beg,
So Miami,
please.
You've heard the scouting reports. I think from my own, I even went all the way to Cambodia to see the scouts to see if you guys have any chance. The stars are saying Miami, you will finish
Africa
last in this
United,
group.
stick a fork in them. They are done.
The Africa United Miami, we are predicting 0 points.
This is the Schaumburg FC
Schaumburg of this group, yeah.
of Maryland
From
24.
Maryland, Team Cheverly, you will finish third. You use the sacrificial lamb, Africa United Miami, to get your 3 points. I do agree with you. The winner of this group is going to have 7 points. It's going to be between Calling Stars and Houston. My gut tells me it's going to be Calling Stars are going to win, and they're going to come up with this group, and they're going to win this group with 7 points. All agree, Charlie?
I all agree. That's how this group we in. Calling HG going to quarterfinal.
Eyes have it.
Is everything?
So let the eyes have it. We have
Yes.
decided.
Yes.